Just keep. Hello and welcome here once again on LATOKEN Venture Capital TV. We have a great project for you, ready for you today. It is very innovative. We have a lot of questions already for them, and the best of all, you get to hear it directly from the CEOs. Welcome once again. My name is Xavier. I'll be your host for today, and like every session, being with the innovation, technology, and solutions you want to hear about. During all our sessions, you get to hear it directly from the founders of the project. And the best part is you can make the questions and comments in the chat box, and we'll be waiting for it. Before we move on to the interview, as a reminder, you can always see our previous shows and content by visiting latoken.com/VCT/shows. Also, you follow us on our socials like Facebook and Twitter. Please remind to share our articles. If you're watching us on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button. You'll always be informed of great content, opportunities, and a lot of giveaways. One last reminder, anything mentioned here is not any type of financial advice. Please do your research before making any decision. It's your choices and your responsibility. And with that said, I would very much like to welcome the team of GOPX. Representing us here is Alex Alok, and also we have Tim Walton. Gentlemen, very welcome. How are you today?
Xavier, thank you for having us. Appreciate it. We look forward to this. And again, like I said, and the team and I, like I said, we're ready to get to answer some questions and show what we believe is one of the premier projects out there with the GOPX token. So, thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Look, I was reading the website. It's very interesting project, GOPX. For our viewers and for our traders who have not met with it today. Look, GOPX token was created to be used as a currency that has stability, right? Yes. It has minimum values. It's derived from liquidity. It have a smart contract within the Ethereum blockchain. So it has all the potential. And the website, you'll be able to see all the relevant information. But Alex, I would like if you could please introduce yourself, the team, and a little about the project before we go with the rest of the questions.
Sure. Alex Slocum, I have been in IT for over 27 years. Worked in the financial space forever. And one of the things that we have is with the token that was created, we started based upon the model, how can we make a better Bitcoin, a better cryptocurrency? It started with our use case of using a cryptocurrency in our own gaming platforms and our own companies. And we found out, once it went to 60,000 and back down to 30,000, this instability was, really something that we could use in our B2B model. And this is where we started that process of how do we create a stable token. And since tokens value is based upon market capitalization, and when it comes down to liquidity, you have to solve not only the stable growth portion, but how do you generate liquidity for a token in an unstable and fluctuating market? And this is where we came up with the ability not only to create the token in the smart contract, but ultimately to revise it from the old platforms and the old systems into where we would create a liquidity engine with it. And that means basically we have companies that use the currency, but ultimately based upon their sales in our community, that liquidity goes to, the token itself, right? It creates a liquidity pool and it sets us up for doing things in expansion, day-to-day model. Xavier, let me share a video with you in the presentation that we talked about earlier. And again,
please do, Alex. Please do.
But before I do that, like I said, I want to introduce, some of our founding members and team members, and Tim Walton. Tim is the NFLPA president for the Detroit Lions, and again, part of the start of the token but also not only does he bring the NFL and experience to this and the athletes and some of the camps and things that we work with. Tim also works with Arabic TV. With Wally, Jayton, and again, like I said, they do broadcast throughout the not only to the Arab community in the U.S. but also the Arabic communities overseas and international. So, Tim, thank you for that. And again, like I said, he's been again instrumental in not only our athletic marketing. Tim's son, Tim Jr., is actually one of our NIL athletes, right? And I know Tim is proud. We talk about Tim Walton Jr., who is not only coming from, in the USFL. Tim Jr. has also been signed to the XFL, on his way to NFL career. And one of the important components is Alok Sharma. Alok is our CTO, and again, like I said, Alok has been working with Fortune 100 companies for the past 20 years, and Alok, has come on board with the GOPX team to build out not only our mobile application and blockchain applications, but provide all of the development, and working with our partners, again, that do the mobile apps, the reward programs. So again, we have a community of consumption points that Look integrates, through the APIs, and Look, we'll talk about that, after the presentation. And again, these are two critical key components to the token success and growth, and Tim Walton and Look Sharma.
Thank you for that introduction, Alex. Will you like to share the video?
And like I said, I will start with the presentation, Xavier.
Please do.
The GOPX token is an evolution in cryptocurrency. Welcome to the future economy. Imagine a life of abundance, security, balance, freedom. Let's look to the future. Our community comes alive with the integration of consumption points that keep the token in constant circulation. It is stable and ideal for business. Throughout history, disruptive technology has always created great wealth. There is no use generated in liquidity daily. It's time to move your business to the Metaverse. Your future is now.
Hey, thanks for watching that, Xavier. I know you have some questions that you really want to get to, so and we can again inform your investor base. So.
Thank you very much for that, Alex. One thing, and we saw it in the video, is the Megaverse. You all know what the Metaverse is, because obviously there's been a lot of exposure. Can you tell us a little bit, what is the Megaverse?
That's a great question, Xavier. The Megaverse is really all of our consumption points in our ecosystem that make up and provides liquidity. We start in our Megaverse from our online gaming, our online apps, our GOPX apps, right? And these apps, for example, our GOPX streaming TV, that provides for every subscription liquidity, right, to the pool. And our partner companies like our cashless tipping and money management system partners with quick tips. Every time someone gets a tip, it provides liquidity. Our GOPX reward token is another component of that liquidity engine. And when companies use and provide rewards in our GOPX loyalty program, that's providing those discounts back in the form of GOPX tokens. And those tokens get staked for a year. And again, it becomes a liquidity provider and a funnel for the token on both our exchanges. So again, those are key when we talk about, the Metaverse being AR and virtual reality. the Megaverse is a fusing ecosystem of companies that grow exponentially. With our Chamber of Commerce's that we bring in those reward loyalty programs, are our partners that partner with us in the rewards program to provide cross rewards, like for example, the ability to use the GOPX token and exchange them for Sky Miles, okay, and the integration of that. Our GOPX debit cards. So again, it takes a complete picture to bring all of our consumption points and partner channels that produce the liquidity, and what we are have that patent pending liquidity engine to produce that. So, and again, more importantly, the Megaverse consists of not only the businesses but the consumers, because now consumers have a place to go where they can get and earn those GOPX tokens and rewards.
Okay, thank you very much for that information. Now, just for our viewers' knowledge, at the beginning of the video, you mentioned the fusion economy. What can you please explain us that? What would the fusion economy mean?
Great question. The fusion economy, as it relates to the GOPX token, again goes back to the Megaverse, Xavier, right? When we have all of our liquidity points and all of our partner streaming channels that are producing this liquidity, this is perpetual. Again, like every day, that if you're talking about our mobile apps, someone is playing our games, right? Someone is doing in-app purchases. Someone is on our online casino playing. They're earning tokens as rewards, or someone is giving, like I said, giving a tip, through our cashless tipping system, or, watching the GOPX streaming TV and providing a subscription fee-based service. That is where this fusion economy goes, because these are all fused into one liquidity engine that produces not only the liquidity for the GOPX on the exchange, but it also creates investors. So again, like I said, this type of model, if you take the traditional cryptocurrency and you take the top 5 utility tokens of 2022, right? They have a singular use case, right? We're here to promote social media. We're here to promote pictures. We're here to promote an NFT platform, right? Or a DeFi solution. Again, we bring all of that into this, what we call the Megaverse, using the fusion economy, because it's not just doing cash. It is basically a shared perpetual value that that this principle operates on. And again, this is why we call it blockchain currency and not cryptocurrency.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. Now, when you gentlemen started working on this project, what was the problem you foresaw and motivated you and the co-founders, obviously, to start it? What was that little thing that you said, hey, we have a chance, this is not being done well, and we would like to offer it to the public?
Another great question, Xavier. Our key turning point in the GOPX token was our ability to integrate, and we wanted to integrate cryptocurrency into our platforms. Again, we saw value in adding some of the more stable coins like a Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? That was out there. And what we came to find out is that cryptocurrency as we know it, we couldn't use it because it fluctuated so much, right? Because again, you could have it, at a let's say someone was using one of our products and services that was online gaming, for example. The price could start off at 1x, and then an hour later it'd be different, back and forth, right? And we created APIs to handle that, right? But again, like I said, we come to find out, like the city of Miami, when they wanted to go to use cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin or something like that, as a way of generating revenue, because they saw Bitcoin going up and up and up, right? $64,000 last year, but as soon as they got into it, it went down 50%, went back down to $30,000. So again, like I said, that that loss would be, like I said, not worth it, right? So again, and so what I started to do with that, issue was to create a token that was stable. And this is where the stable growth came in. and a token that would be controlled by its smart contract, right? Where the price and the value was set in the minimum orders on the exchanges, where you cannot buy, when it launches, less than $500, a token, right? You can buy it for more, but you can't buy it for less. Buy it and sell orders. There are set limits on that, right? So again, we know where it will be a year from now. At a minimum, it's $500 or higher. But again, this is a token that we use in our businesses, not just our businesses, but our partner businesses. So that was the problem that we were trying to solve, the instability. And one of the things that we all talked about when we started this concept, we looked at Don Tapascott, TED Talk blockchain. And one of the things that he mentioned was it was the blockchain that brought value to humanity and not cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, he stated, was good if you were a gambler or a speculator. So again, like I said, one of the key things is that we took note of that in that design. And this is, like I said, why we wanted to not only create the stable token, but create the value on the blockchain, where we would all have collaboration in it. It's not just you invest in it, but again, like I said, through this ecosystem that we would fuse in not only the businesses, but the consumers as well. And this is done by creating that rewards program. Because again, like I said, one of our Chamber of Commerce, for an example, when you sign up for the chamber, they give you $100 worth of GOPX tokens. Okay, and what does that do for the business that are signing into the chamber? That creates liquidity, but it also creates an investor. Xavier, I think you're on mute.
Very sorry for that. Sometimes it happens.
I know.
Now, going back to what you were talking about, and this is a really interesting point for our traders. How does the token get involved in the whole project and ecosystem?
Say it again, Xavier.
How does the token get involved in the whole project and ecosystem? Well, basically, meaning if the token, how are you going to use the token for it?
Okay, again, if you think about, for example, token usage or a token use case comes in many forms, but let's just start with our, like say, for example, our GOPX streaming TV, right? Again, when you go in GOPXstreaming.tv and you subscribe to the monthly service, right, of $9, then again, that token is creating liquidity because again, your subscription is paid for. The fees off of that subscription is turned into tokens. And here's the thing, it's turned in on the back end, Xavier. So again, it doesn't make anyone who's non-crypto, it doesn't leave them out of the picture, right? And that is key because token usage is not up front, okay? It is behind and part of a sale to a consumer from either our companies or our partner companies. Again, the same in with our quick tips cashless tipping system. When you go in, you get a tip. There's a fee-based service for it. Again, the tippee doesn't realize anything until he gets a notification that he's been awarded tokens, right? And this is key for the use case and for adoption. Again, a lot of us are cryptocurrency aware and use crypto, but many aren't. And this is a way to onboard these, again, demographics that are not crypto, savvy or aware, or this really becomes a great entry point for the token use case and for the token usage, because we're providing tokens after the sale.
Okay.
And again, most people in the model have tried to integrate cryptocurrency into a business. And again, like I said, that's where that instability came in. And again, that's where, like I said, where governments or businesses or even, online platforms have, shied away from. And again, you see with the cryptocurrency, market going down, which is impacting not only the cryptocurrency, but it impacts the exchanges as well. It impacts liquidity because liquidity comes from investors. Okay. And again, and those investors they're seeing billions of dollars in losses right now. But again, this is the thing that with the GOPX token, that use case becomes a liquidity engine. And this is, like I said, where that fusion economy comes in. So the use case is in our ecosystem again, and it is not, it doesn't obstruct the non-crypto user from getting on board and participating in, and that's key.
Okay. Thank you for that information, Alex. Now, excuse me. Let's talk about the benefits for investors. All right. When somebody's going to acquire the token, what can that person, as an investor, expect from your token?
What they get from the GOPX token as an investor is, again, what we have been talking about with the GOPX presentation. One, they get stability. The token is going to be $500 at a minimum or higher. So they get that part where, again, this is a new paradigm. This is a new system in crypto and investment where, hey, we're going to set the price. But the key thing, what they get what the blockchain was meant to be, Xavier, right? The blockchain was meant to be shared collaboration. It wasn't meant to be capitalism or an investment where a few dictate what value is, right? And we got to go for inflation, rather it's interest rates. None of us control that. You know what I mean? We invest in stocks, we invest in today's cryptocurrency, but we don't know the outcome. It's a roller coaster ride. What we've seen historically is it goes up and it goes down, and some people say, as if the traditional investors say, buy low and sell high, right? But again, that is what we take out. We take out with that stable token, but also what gives anything value. Okay, what gives Bitcoin value? What gives Ethereum? Again, speculation goes up and down. What gives GOPX token value? It is our ecosystem of consumers and companies. More important, it is the liquidity that is generated from the activities and growth in the ecosystem for our companies, our partner companies, and the companies that join daily and monthly. Like I said, that grows the value of the token. And there is formulas out there for liquidity providers and automatic market makers, right? That you'll see, you can see online what those formulas are. But again, we don't need those formulas. Again, because if the token is raising billions of dollars a month, right, in liquidity, then the tokens grows into stable. So there's 10 billion tokens out there right now. Again, the old paradigm is burning tokens gave it value. Well, we see that's not true, because you can burn tokens. We still see the price of cryptocurrency going down and fluctuating. So these old system of things and ways of doing things, the investors, like myself and yourself and our team out there, we know the issues with cryptocurrency. Again, but now with the GOPX token, investors now see, guess what? Now it's stable. Where is it going to go from here? It goes up in value because of liquidity. Where is this liquidity coming from? From the ecosystem of businesses and consumers that not only purchase the token, but use the token again in everyday purchases throughout this ecosystem that grows exponentially. What happens when the 10 billion tokens are gone? It splits. Okay? And it repeats itself. Again, like I said, this is where, again, this fusion economy comes in, that because it is split and self-perpetuates. And again, that's that shared perpetual value that we mentioned earlier. So as an investor, would I invest in Bitcoin today or the GOPX token? And again, I would do it. If I'm an investor, it's an easy answer for me.
It does make actually sense in that way. But here we have another question. There might be different projects out there that are somewhat similar than your project. Personally, I haven't met any, but there might be. Now, my question is, what makes your project different from others so that investors can move forward and invest in your project?
The Metaverse is built. our system, our mobile applications, our gaming applications, that is built, and that liquidity engine is moving forward. Again, you can go on and and do our money exchange, and with quick tips or GOPX streaming TV, or the companies we are launching. And again, with the launching on our exchange, Xavier, that is the key turning point, because again, that's when you get liquidity providers, right? But it's also when those money are funneled, or the funds are funneled from these tokens. Again, you can have and replicate and duplicate, but you won't get the companies and the mobile apps, the reward programs that we have. You won't get the NFLPA president Tim Walton, and the team of, like I said, influencers that we put together, or some of the talent. So again, like I say, and we hope, again, like I said, it's replicated and duplicated, and for one reason only, because it's a new way of doing things, and it is a better system that includes everybody. So again, it's not about we're going to take, in the old, way of, investing. I got money, you didn't. I've been successful in this and you haven't, right? There's winners and losers, right? But again, like I said, the blockchain is where everybody went and creates a level playing field. So again, like I said, we hopefully, like I said, if you create a megaverse, heck, our megaverse will join your megaverse. So again, like I said, it's not competition. Okay, that is out there. Again, like I said, if we can build a better mousetrap, we can all benefit from it, and we can all collaborate.
A question that is a little bit tricky is about the roadmap. Now, you know what? Everything that's happening now, technology is advancing quite fast, right? You have different restrictions. We have what we're going through a crypto winter right now.
Like
And
that.
so it's really tricky to say what's going to happen in the next years. I don't think anybody knows. But even though you have your roadmap, now the question is, where would you wish GOPX to be in the next couple of years?
Well, I think one of the things is where we're at now, and let's take where we talk about the megaverse, and how this is the launching point, right,
Yeah.
of a new system and a new paradigm. And where will we be at next month? We would have increased liquidity from consumer usage and purchases, and through our consumption points. 6 months from now, there is more consumers and investors using the GOPX token, and our expanding ecosystem. So again, we see the growth that comes in, month by month. 5 years from now, the token, in this roadmap would have split, and we would have, gained more liquidity in investors, right? And we would
Yeah.
taken the investments to add in the new technologies such as AR, VR, technologies. We're doing projects over the next 5 years that include holographic streaming TV. We are, creating, and we're going to Dubai to, work with, their Metaverse conference, in September. So we see the ecosystem, or the megaverse and its fusion ecosystem, moving in the lines of technology to do more shared value across the globe, okay, and to add and support, a community that, hey, you can bring any idea or anything you want to the megaverse, right? And again, if it benefits all, and then it is something that we should jump on as a use case, right? So again, there is no limitations of what we can do. But again, we do know from a token perspective, the token growth and value will grow. And again, and as that grows and splits, it becomes more valuable, and it becomes more usable, for more and more companies and consumers that join.
Great, great. Um, I would like to share and to actually remind our viewers that in order to know more about the project, please do visit gopxmegaverse.com.
Yeah.
And if you allow me, I would actually like to share the screen in order for our viewers to see about it, and I hope I have it right here. There we go. This is the website GOPX Megaverse.com. You will be able to find information about the project events, to contact the project, to get in contact with them, the white paper, and so on. All the information you need in order to make a decision and move forward is contained here. So please do review the website. Um, Alex, and also Alok and Tim, you're more than welcome to join us with any questions or comments you have. Um, I saw here that you have events. Can you please tell us a little bit about those events you're going to have?
And we again, one of the things that we're doing with the reward programs that we're launching is working with the Chamber of Commerce's, right? Because as a business, the driving force for joining like a chamber, whether it's Vegas or Houston or Dallas or Philadelphia, is to not only network with other businesses but grow your businesses, right? And again, this is what some of the main mission statements of our chambers are. So with the GOPX reward tokens programs that we're going to be doing workshop and onboarding businesses, this will increase, immediately, getting into our ecosystem, the ability to drive revenue and sales, but also, be a part of, that economic token growth, right? And be a part of that. Because again, these businesses that, come on board and use reward programs, not only for their business, but the thousands of other businesses now will come and look to purchase, and buy from our, companies in the ecosystem, because it's a place where they can earn tokens, rewards, just like if they are going into our celebrity golf app, for example. That is a way to earn tokens in that purchases as well, and provide liquidity. Or if they're on our online gaming, for example, for every $500 spent, they can get $12 worth of GOPX tokens. So, that and more, but that's pretty good. And again, I think you, look, again, like I said, his background, again, and the team. Look, you want to talk about the team and the projects you're working on? Because again, like I said, it is just Xavier. We probably got 20 to 30 projects in the pipeline. But again, like I said, look and talk about some of the ones that our team is developing as we speak.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Alex. Hey, Xavier. Thank you for
Hey,
having me
Alok.
here.
Yes, I can.
All right. So most of the projects that we are working on right now are based on the consumption points, as Alex discussed, and these projects involve integration of all the consumption points to the rewards engine, which we are building right now. It's still in work. So basically, my part is to consolidate all the technology that is out there and put up a system which is going to support most of the consumption points as we go along. Because like Alex mentioned, this is going to be an integration of most of the businesses which are going to generate the liquidity. So once we move on, there would be a lot of integrations happening with the system, with the consumption points, and so on and so forth. So with Alex's background as a solution architect, he is instrumental in guiding us, forward, and this is with his help. Actually, we are developing a system which will serve us good for a long time. Because how blockchain technology is changing, it's evolving, and so we have a team which is supporting us, and this is a global team that we have. Technology wise, I think we are well covered. We are way ahead of the development curve that we are on right now, and with the right guidance and support from Alex and his team on the marketing side as well, I'm sure that we are going to deliver a product which will serve us well, and which will serve us all the consumption points and the consumers in the coming time. Any questions you have, Xavier, on the technology side?
Thank you very much for that, Alok, for that information.
Okay.
Not at the moment. Now, it's very clear. But one thing that you were talking about, and I think it's always very relevant to any projects, about the community, right? Those people, the people outside, the traders, that will be supporting you. you tell us a little about where's this community coming from? Is it spread all over the world, or do you have them in certain geographic locations where you want to be present?
No,
Well, okay.
Sorry
was that?
about that. Please go ahead.
No, I can talk about the international piece, Xavier. It was funny. Last night when we did a email out
Yeah.
to our investors, right? Base, it had a map on it, right? Where the people were opening it. So the map was a global map, and you can actually see the pins drops and the names that were opening
Yeah.
up the emails, right? So again, like I said, we're already in 16 different countries, with investors. And again, and each network again, has a network. And again, and this is how that rapid growth that we had, in doing events and presentations around the country, for example, right? And
Yeah.
ultimately, one of the things that when Tim, when he gets his chance to talk, we'll talk about our NFL presentation that we did, and some of the at the Super Bowl this year, right? And we and got Hall of Famers to invest, or we had different countries over there that represented folks and companies in Dubai, for example. Again, and more importantly, this is one of the things that I wanted, Tim, talk on is Arabic TV, because he is essential to producing with Wally, Jaden of Arabic TV and Maya, the marketing for the international base. So again, like I said, our consumer, investors, and again, people that are part of the GOPX team, and again, and token ownership, as we call it, right? That we do have that global footprint. And Tim, can you talk about some of the broadcasting you've done with Wally at Arabic TV?
Absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to join. Once again, I'm Tim Walton, the president here in the Detroit chapter for the NFL Players Association. And one of the things that we just before I dive into what we've done in the Arabic community, one thing that I heard your question, Xavier, was the difference in this currency that Alex has so eloquently
Yeah.
created. What I love about he's not just in it to make millionaires. Alex is in the community, which he does not talk about. He he's very, very, very involved in the community as far as here in Detroit with our financial literacy programs to the at-risk youth that are here. Alex creates the programs and he supports the programs, the Ghana Project. And so what I love about him is, and what his vision is it's an overall vision. And that's something that I think a lot of the investors, especially athletes, if you know the athlete mind, most of them have already gained success when it comes financially, but they also want to be able to place that success back into their communities. So what Alex does, I mean, he helps in the camps. Those people who don't have cleats, these are things that these people fall in love with. Now transitioning to the Arabic community, supporting and being teamed up with Lomas Brown with Wally Jaden, who is, I believe, the CEO of the Arabic community. He's also involved in uh, showing the people there, that community, what it is and how it is to be a success when it comes to the difference of a cryptocurrency and a blockchain currency. And so I'm very happy and very excited to be a partner and be on the team of this GOPX team. And then NIL deals that I'm involved in. If you look at the athlete, it's in a whole different direction. When I came up, these were things that were unthought of. But these kids right now are having make it are able to make millions of dollars while still playing in college. And so that's the difference. This whole game is changing. And so now these athletes are they'll have money and they'll be able to take some of their salaries in currency. And so I love it. I love what Alex is doing. I love
Good.
his I love how he is involved, and he doesn't talk enough about what he does and how he supports the community as a
Good.
whole.
Wally, I have a question for you. Uh, and the question is, that I think you mentioned this a little bit at the beginning of the show on the global internal marketing that your Arabic TV brings to it. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a bit about that?
And yeah, Xavier, Wally couldn't make it. This is where we had Tim fill in. So what was the question to Wally? Wally's not here, but
Okay. Will you be able to comment on that?
yeah. Say it again. What was the question, Xavier?
Okay. Well, the question for Wally, that unfortunately is not here, was that he had a global internal marketing on his Arabic TV, and that was brought to the project, right?
Yes.
Can you explain us a little bit about that and what are the benefits of it?
Yeah. Yeah. When I think it was Tim and Nomis that really brought Wally and the Arabic TV. We had a meeting and and one of the things that Wally, Tim talks about community. Wally is that type of figure that if anything is going on in the Arabic world in the U.S., right, governments, or businesses, they go to Wally, right? And Wally, in the Arabic community, this is their channel, right? And overseas, when they travel, right, and families travel, they're watching Arabic TV, and he's really a central point in that marketing. And Wally, came on as not only the marketer of the GOPX token, but Wally became an investor, Xavier, right? And some of the things that Wally did, and we go back to with Tim, is to get the church involved, right, in the community, with the token. And again, when it came to the Arabic TV, we became an essential part where our marketing was done, and Tim mentioned it with him and Nomis Brown, and Nomis Brown, college Hall of Famer, right? And again, one of the shrewd business, person, not only in the athletic field but the business realm as well. So again, they begin to produce the marketing and the for the Arabic TV, Tim Nomis and team, and along with Nino Pender. So that was one of the things that really took off, and this was like over the last 4 or 5 months, and we've seen that growth there.
Okay, very understood. Thank you very much for that clarification. To viewers, once again, in order to learn more about the project, please visit gopxmegaverse.com. You will find all the relevant information you need to join the product, to make your decision. You'll be able to learn more about the team, get in contact with the team, the white paper, the project, what is it about. So please do visit. As you see below, it's gopxmegaverse.com.
And Xavier, I think one of the things that we want to do is to make sure that they know that we have 5 other of these podcasts coming out that will go into a deep dive on not only the Megaverse, the token, but it'll highlight our consumption points in those companies that are currently using it right now. And again, like I said, we'll go into details in the rewards program, which was really the at the center of providing that liquidity engine. So we do have 5 of these to go where they can come in and tune in and be a part of as well. So thank you for that.
Oh, definitely. And our traders love rewards. So whenever you mention that word, they'll be glued to it.
Listen, there are, I think, without question, one of the great reward programs that we have has been created by Anna and the team, right? So again, those rewards are going to be incredible and forthcoming. But she did a great job as far as putting together a heck of a rewards package for the LA token investors. So great job on that part.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, gentlemen, it's been a real pleasure to have you here. As you mentioned, Alex, we will have you here again with fresh news and developments that has happened within the project, GOPX. But until then, do you or Tim or Alec have any final words for our viewers today?
Yeah, I would be a part of it because, again, an educated investor, and this is what you find here, an educated investor understands where the token or the cryptocurrency needs to evolve to, right? And we've evolved to that. And again, like I said, and for them to be a part of that evolution in blockchain currency, again, is a huge opportunity, you know. And again, we're just at our startup, you know, creating a new system, you know, that replaces old system that doesn't work. So I definitely would say, you know, welcome to the LA Token investors. And again, like I said, you know, and I look forward to working with all of them.
Thank you very much, Alex, for that words. Well, gentlemen, has been a real pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
all your time. And once again, we do expect you to have you back shortly with any new development you have. So,
Yes.
to our viewers, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. And then, well, gentlemen, I hope to have you very soon here back again. And to our viewers, I will be seeing you in the next show shortly. Alex, Alec, and Tim, thank you for being here.
Thank you. You have a good day.